adorable.
Oh, my son, bro.
Having a big name comes with a very huge price to pay, and Bronny James, son of NBA GOAT LeBron James, is yet to come to terms with that reality, because the last few days haven't been so good for Zuri James's elder brother. But we can't blame him. It's not easy being the son of LeBron James, especially if you want to follow in his footsteps. Some weeks ago, Bronny, together with his high school sweetheart, Peyton Garfuso, attended high school prom where they reportedly pulled up in a lavish $326,000 custom Mercedes GT sports car. It looks like it didn't go well with his critics and social media and laws, so let's dive deep into the story. But before we get rolling, kindly be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button so you can get updates whenever we upload any new content. Thanks, let's roll on. Naturally, being the son of an individual so valued in the NBA scene as LeBron James makes you famous without even having to make a name for yourself. You see, being LeBron James's son is a double-edged sword. While one does get to enjoy a luxurious life, having a celebrity father can hamper one's personal life to a large extent. Bronny is learning that the hard way as any and everything he does becomes news. The award-winning player's son is projected to enter the NBA very soon, and hence the talk around him has been on a constant rise, because Bronny, just like his father, has started turning heads with his high school games. So this makes the attention a bit extraordinary. And by the look of things, Bronny approaches things just like his father. The boy is certainly set to be an excellent athlete. Even if he is not as good as his father yet, he is certainly good enough to have people talk about his game. But this time around, people went a bit overboard and it wasn't his game they were discussing. What made headlines was kind of insane, but it deserved the attention. The main character being the son of a god. The whole topic was about a schoolmate, a certain 17-year-old Bronny took to prom as his date. I'm sure Bronny James would love for his romantic life to be personal, but when you are the son of the biggest basketball star on the planet, not much will be hidden from the public eye. Many people in the media were concerned about the racial aspects of things, which, in any case, should have not mattered whatsoever. It is undeniable that Bronny James' choices in women have always sparked frenzied debates across social media. In September of 2020, the little champ raised eyebrows when a TikTok video of him and a girl alleged to be his girlfriend circulated the internet and completely went viral.
Bop it, twist it, pull it, twist it, bop it, twist it. Wow, 100! You beat Bop It!
The girl was later identified as Peyton Sama, a member of the Vault House. People had a lot to say about this video, but the pair didn't confirm any relationship. Despite the unconfirmed status of their relationship, the video made the rounds on Twitter and Instagram, and there was only one guess: his girlfriend. Again in the same year, the then 15-year-old made headlines after his comment on Instagram model Isabella's photo caught the attention of Twitter users. Fans pointed out how the two exchanged emojis over Isabella's photos and wanted answers about the duo's relationship status. And during a live session on Instagram, Isabella was asked by fans about her relationship status with Bronny. And this time, the IG model confirmed that the duo were just friends.
Yeah, as long as you understand. Bronny's my friend.
So, it's not a surprise that Bronny is at it again. In mid-last month, Bronny James Jr. attended his high school prom at Sierra Canyon School in Los Angeles with classmate Peyton Garfuso. The 17-year-old shared pictures from the prom with his girlfriend on his Instagram stories on May 18th. His mother, Savannah, also posted behind-the-scenes images of him getting ready with the caption, "So, at Bronny went to prom this past weekend. Tons of emotions and realizations. Time really flies. So proud of you, young man. I will always have your front and your back." Zuri is processing all of this too. After posting the pictures on Instagram, critics came trolling the boy with their vile concerns about James going to prom with a white woman. So, without mentioning their names and handles, here are a few of the comments from Twitter. User A, "That girl is whiter than white, bruh." User B, "Should have got a black queen like his dad." User C, "Lost another black king to a money-hungry white girl." User D, "Bronny James really has grown adults in shambles over the fact he took a white girl to prom in 2022. User E, "Anyone that's mad at Bronny's prom date, you are a part of the problem in today's society." But while there were trolls dissing Bronny, there were also people defending him and calling out the haters. One user tweeted, "Grown-ass men and women being pressed about who Bronny James, a 17-year-old, goes to his high school prom with is by far the strangest behavior that I've seen from people on here." Another commenter added, "Bunch of hating ass mofos in this thread. This kid will likely play in the NBA with his legendary dad and make millions in salary endorsements. He can go to prom with who TF he wants, and the rest of us can't do shit about it, regardless of our opinions. STFU already." The negative energy may be too much, but it's time the young lad learns to ignore the naysayers and concentrate on building himself. We know he's destined for greatness. The national spotlight on Bronny James's basketball future started even before he entered high school. According to ESPN's rankings, Bronny James is a 4-star prospect and the 24th best player in next year's college recruitment class. In another year or two, the eldest son of NBA star LeBron James will be old enough to declare for the NBA draft or sign with a G League team. Because honestly, Bronny James has all the makings of a dependable NBA role player if he can keep improving. His season at Sierra Canyon feels like a success when you factor in all the missed time coming off a meniscus tear and COVID restrictions. He's someone who plays a winning brand of basketball and has the ability to complement the more ball-dominant stars around him. To this point, James Jr. has never been asked to be the primary offensive option on his high school teams, but it would be nice to see him assume that role in his final EYBL tour this spring and summer, even if it has some growing pains. As James continues to flesh out his offensive creation ability, he has a high floor as a player who spaces the floor, hits shots, and makes an impact on the defensive end. This is a highly useful player in today's game next to the growing trend of oversized ball handlers. As Bronny enters his final season of grassroots ball and then his senior year at Sierra Canyon, he's likely to step into a role he hasn't known yet, leading man for his teams. It's an opportunity to explore the boundaries of his game and test himself against the best of his peers. The next 12 months will be the most important of his prep career. It's easy to mislabel the talents of a player whose government name is LeBron James Jr. He doesn't play anything like his dad just yet, but he is showing some foundational skills that can ultimately lead to a successful NBA career. Anybody who has watched his game keenly will agree that Bronny has a very promising shooting projection. While his dad has played with the ball in his hands his entire life, Bronny is most comfortable spotting up from 3. His outside jumper initially looked shaky on the EYBL as he returned from the meniscus tear, but he proved he's a dependable shooter as a junior at Sierra Canyon. Bronny will bring legitimate value as a floor spacer. He's a confident shooter with deep range who doesn't hesitate to fire in the face of a closeout. One of the things you'll notice about the shots he makes is that his release is pretty slow. He'll have to work on speeding it up in the coming years, but he shoots a soft ball with a nice touch. His ability to spread the floor and fire threes at volume will be a big part of his game. He only needs some little sharpening, and then his father's shoes will fit him well.